Okay, this is my layout. HO. This is one module from my old layout that I rescued. It's called Koto Station, and it's an interchange with CSX. And it has a couple of industries on top of that. The layout is signaled, at least the part that I finished is signaled and working. This end of a peninsula, and it goes around to the other side, which is Sarnia, which is simulating oil. There's a refinery, and again signals that are operational. This whole section is about 24 feet long. Little industry area here. And station for Sarnia. This other peninsula, this is the start of another peninsula, it's fairly long. It simulates Prescott, which where my co-op is. And also it has the auto sales organization right here with lots of auto racks. And the other thing that's in this section is my terminal, my container terminal. Sorry about the shaking. That's my container terminal. And on to the other side, which is where my paper mill is located, and this is Dryden. It's called Dryden. It's where my paper mill is located. And paper mill is a large industry. There's a lot of switching, complex trackage for switching as well. As you can see, lots of tracks for switching, and a big yard. Of course, a dumper for wood chips. This is coal for the power plant that goes with the mill. This is a piece where I am right now. I'm actually finished putting in these signals, and they're functional. And did the fascia. I have to paint it now. And continuing on this end, I have my bridge. I haven't named the river yet, but it's a 4-span bridge over a fairly large river. And again, I haven't named it. And this is where I am with the you can see down the this particular peninsula all the way to the end. This is where I am with the scenery. I've started to do the scenery here. Station that has to be finished. And then from this point on, it's going into Walkley Yard, Ottawa, and Arnprior. Arnprior is my switching area. Like this track here is part of Arnprior, but the main line, it's on the other side. These two tracks are the switch leads for the big yard, which you'll see in a minute. And here's the yard. It's got altogether 7 classification tracks, 1 dedicated arrival and 1 dedicated departure track. In slightly gray is the main line, and behind the main line is my switching area, which is Arnprior, which has industries at the back over here, and it has industries in the middle. All this, I have over 200 switches, and they're all automated. I can control them all using my throttle. Here's some more industries at the back, and of course this is the engine area. I haven't built it yet. I have all the kits underneath to build it, and I've got roughly about 30 engines altogether, if you include the passenger engines as well. Here's another area at the back. Over here is this empty area you see here is going to be a turntable. And the piece of wood that belongs there is here. That's where they're going to be put up, and that's going to be the turntable. Here's my passenger yard. I do a lot of passenger. I love passenger cars. I have a good collection of them. I've got both Go Transit and Via. And switching will be a big job on the passenger yard. I have a couple of switchers like that you see there. And that's going to be the engine house for passenger engines. They'll also use a turntable. That's the where the switcher is the lead to the turntable. And there's even a washer for cars that's going to go onto this track over here to wash the passenger cars. I've got a small yard and I hold about a dozen or so cars, and I've got 4 main tracks in the station. The station will be including these covered ramps. I've got all those kits to be built. Main station building is going to be here, Union Station, and a commissary. And this is the entrance to, that's the entrance off the main into the passenger station, the main passenger station. This huge area over here is a town. I've got a kit of about 15 buildings to put in there. And now we're on to the leaving, oh by the way, that yard, that passenger yard is named Spadina, just like Toronto. And it basically leads into this long open area. We're heading west. So this is an asphalt plant that goes here and another industry that I haven't decided yet. I'm going to be putting more tracks over here. I've got a reminder by putting some switches. I need a few more industries on this wide area. Don't mind the big tools. There's 3 industries on this siding, and right now with Ship It, I've got quite a few cars that are loaded into that siding. And from there, I go into the mountain, and there will be another industry over here which I haven't decided again as yet. But in the mountain is a helix, and the helix is 38-inch on the outside track, 35 on the inside, and it goes down 16 inches, and it comes out. The other track you see underneath over here, that's a loop underneath the helix. That's the loop for the west staging, which is on the other side. So anyway, this track comes out onto this other level and enters a little town called North Bay, which will have quite a few industries. It's got a cement plant, it's got some wood, pulpwood loading, it has import-export, it's got transfer stations, it's got truck terminals, and printing plant, cold storage, it's got the electronics plants. Anyway, this whole area is going to be pretty busy as the one of the main switching areas on the layout. And then finally this goes into tunnel, which will then go into west staging. And west staging, whoops, oh, I got a 36 car train with 4 diesels waiting on this track. When I did Ship It asked me to load up a train with 36 cars, and then I discovered that it was longer than my longest storage track in staging west, so it's shooting out over the main. In any event, there's 5 tracks underneath here. I've got both passenger trains in here right now, as you can see, and I've also got freights, and these freights are long trains. There's another 25 car train that's got 4 diesels, 4 CP diesels on it. And all of the staging is controlled by this control panel, which is using a mini panel from NCE, which you see right there. Allows me to do routing, and it sets all the switches automatically for the track I need. As you can see, there are 3 of those tracks are occupied right now with engines. And the rest is all the NCE gear that I've put in over the years. These are all switching for tortoise controls. This little panel controls electricity onto the engine yard for the passengers. And this other little panel over here controls the power for my freight engine tracks. I'll do a better job when the time comes to finish this with a fascia. Right now it's just temporary, including the plexiglass to protect the engines. In any event, that's the railroad. There's a staging yard just like this one underneath Koto, which was the very, very first town we looked at with the mountains. Underneath there is a staging yard. I've got about 50 buildings that have to be built. The kits are all underneath here. I've been purchasing these over many years. In any event, now that I'm retired, my full-time job is building a railroad. And this is all part of my equipment. In any event, that's it. And everything, of course, runs with NCE boosters. I've got 9 districts, 9 power districts, all with circuit breakers. Never had a problem with those at all. And everything else is, as you can see, automated. Okay, thanks you, and hopefully one of these days someone will be able to come and visit and maybe even do some operations with him. Right now, I am actually running operations on this railroad. All the cars that are placed based on the Ship It software. Thank you very much. Have a good day.